Welcome back to RPG Elite, where we put the RP back into RPG, giving you the tools and tips that's going to make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. Servant of Shiloh coming right back at you with another skirmish tutorial. But hey, before we get into that, if this channel has been helping you make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable, go ahead and click the subscribe button every time that we come out with a video, which is normally on the weekends, a Friday or a Saturday. You will be informed. Now, we're going to get in this tutorial, but there's one thing. We kind of reached a milestone on the last skirmish tutorial that we did. We officially have more videos on our YouTube channel than the guys over at Skirmish do on their YouTube channel. So it's good in one way, and it's kind of sad in another way, because you would think that they would be on the ball with this, but you know, they're like crickets over there every time you try to ask a question or something. So if you do have a question about something that's going on here in Skirmish, if it's something about the within this video, we're going to be talking about map editing and lines. Make sure it's about map editing and lines when you comment below. If not, go ahead and go over to the Skirmish forums and leave something there, because it seems like I'm the only cat that's actually talking to people over there. And I try to check it like once a week. So it might be a little while, you know, but I will eventually get to you if you do ask a question. All right, well, like we said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get into map editing and lines. Now, what we're going to do here is all the stuff that we covered before in your basic map importing videos. If you haven't gone ahead and checked that out, go ahead and check out those videos and come back here if you're lost on how to import a map and how to do all that stuff. But what we're going to do here right now is we're going to go ahead, we're going to pull up a map, and I am going to, this looks good right here. So let's go bow. And I kind of already adjusted things, but there's one thing that I want to go ahead and point out to you. And that is this grid right here. And by the way, I know this is annoying if you do it like this, but all you need to do is use your scroll wheel and scroll back. And there you go. It's not as annoying anymore. But once the reticle leaves this area, the map area, it's going to just go right back. So if I go over here and go over here, oh no, it doesn't. It didn't do it that time. It usually does. Okay. But okay, so these grid lines right here, these are important, especially when you start doing your lines on your map and you're using something like this. Now, we're not going to get into making maps from scratch. You can do that in Skirmish. Well, that's going to be more advanced videos in the future, and we are going to do that. We're going to take it little by little, step by step, and start placing walls and all the rest of that stuff. But these grid lines, you want to line them up to where they, as close as you possibly can to your internal and external wall. When it comes to an external wall that has a window or a door, you want to try to make it to where it's somewhere in the middle or close to it. Now, these are not quite, and I'm going to try to, there it is. Now, this one is in the middle, as you can see. Line right here, two windows right there, and that's in the middle. That's pretty good right there. This is not too bad. So get it as close as you possibly can. This one right here is probably the one that's, you know, the most. But we're not going to be worried about that much anyway, because we're going to be doing something with this particular area. It's only when it comes to the doors that it gets kind of tricky. All right. So this looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and remember, I'm always reducing bitmaps to save bandwidth, even though I've got a dope computer that can handle all that. But I just want you guys to get in the habit of that. And go ahead and save. Boom, there you go. Now, when you're working on maps, you want as much real estate on your screen as possible. So what we're going to do is come down here and wait for this horizontal red line to show up. Mouse over and just go down. Make it smaller. Over here, it's going to be a vertical red line for this one, and go down. Make that small. Now you got enough real estate here, and you want to zoom in as much as you possibly can to where it fills the whole thing. And this is going to be good. This is perfect. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put some lines on here, and let's go over the lines. So this is a line, and this is what this is. Let's go over these. Let's go over these labels here. Number one is visible on player mode. So if I draw this line, and it's going to be a little bit in front of it, unfortunately. So if I draw this line, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw the lines here. Oops. And you got to let go in order to turn the corner there. I don't think I like that. Now, the way that I just did that, let me say that. The way that I just did that is I didn't let go of the mouse button. If you let go of the mouse button, then you're going to have to go up here, click that, and erase it, okay? Just like I'm getting ready to do right now. And erase that a little bit to see. Shoot, it looks like I am going to have to go all the way out here. Okay. Well, it is what it is, right? Ah, man, that does not, that didn't do so well. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Okay, we gonna put it right there. And then we're going to go back up here. And we go, there we go. Much better, like much, much better. Go back to your wall here and boom. Now, I'm also going to put a window here. I'm going to really get back to these here in a second, but I'm going to put a window. So I'm going to, and erase that and put a window there. And I'm also put a door. And I'll put one here. And I'm also going to put one right chair. All right. And I went a little bit too far, so I'm just going to delete that. Put that wall from here to here. There we go. All right. Now, let me go ahead and explain these things. Now, if you pull up your Skirmish, these are going to be not going to be named wall and window. I did that because it's named opaque. I think it's opaque wall and transparent wall. Okay, well, let's just say wall and window because it's easier. And I like my windows to be yellow, okay? And so I changed the color. Now, let's go down and go through these real quick. Visible on player mode. Basically what this means is that these lines that I've just drawn will be visible when you click over to player mode and you see some things. Now I'm going to reset that. Now you can see right here, you can see the lines, right? So you can see the door, you can see the window. Now because I have it set for walls not to be seen, I put no, and you can put yes or no. You only have two on the pull down menu. I usually for walls always put no, because it doesn't make any sense for them to see black lines for a solid wall that they can see that's right there. You want to make them in the moment as much as possible and have them immersed in the cool graphics as much as possible. Now this window right here, I normally would say no to that as well. So it's on yes automatically. I put no. Go back up here, talk about the color. It's arbitrary, whatever you want that color to be. It's black and makes a whole lot of sense to me. It's easier to see on the on this particular map. So yes, I'm going to make it black. If it was another map where black would be hard to see, then I'd change the color so I know what wall is which. Okay. Your color alpha is how transparent are your lines. Man, I'm talking ghetto up here. Okay. Whoops, I did that. Okay, I'm glad I did that actually. If I try to move the map and I'm still on this line, it's just going to draw a line. So you're just going to have to go back and erase it with the eraser. Okay, and make sure that when you want to move the map that you're on the line, the tile line eraser, so you can just click your control button and move it around here. Now, going back here, I zoomed in because right now it is at total solid black. Normally, yours probably when you first pulled up your line is at 160. And you can see it, and I'm going to push this back. Press enter, and as you can see, it becomes transparent, right? So this is totally up to you, how you want to see the lines, how prominent you want them to be on the map that you're working on. For me, when it comes to walls, I'm going to put that back to where I want it. I want it solid black, or the solid color. All right. Switch to behavior. I'm going to come back to that when we start doing doors. Let's keep going. Name. As I said, this was called opaque wall. I just call it a wall, okay? It's a wall. It's a solid wall. That's all we need to know. Now, when it comes to type, you have 3. You have opaque, which means that it's solid. You can't see through it. Then you have semi-opaque or half opaque. And that is, as it says down here, in half opaque mode, the vision is extended a bit over the line itself. So if I zoom out here, and if I want to make a line around here and make it half opaque, right, then you would see a little bit past the edge of this line. So you can see that this here is woods or brush or trees, you know, and that it wouldn't just be blocked and you wouldn't be able, you know, to see at least, okay, what exactly is this? And then you have see-through, which basically is for your windows or curtains or anything that you can see through. Maybe there's and then this is where it gets really cool, y'all. Secret doors, okay? You might have it solid at first, but let me show you how that would work later on when we start dealing with doors. But anyway, see-through, normally windows, anything that you can see through, that is what you would set it to. Show on player list. I don't know why you would want to show it on player list. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. I don't see the application on that yet. But if you want to show this on the player list, then once you go over here, it would show up over here. And let me show you what that looks like. So if I click this, and I have no for the walls, but I have, let's say I put yes, okay? And I put yes over here as well to show it. Then once you switch over to your player mode, then you see the walls and the wall shows up over here. Now, one thing to understand is that the first one here, visible on player mode, overrides show on player list. So if I push no, I hope it overrides it. It overrides it. So if you say that you don't want it shown on here at all, it's not going to show up in the list. So you can have yes or no and it won't matter. This overrides this. Okay, so we're just going to put no there anyway. And then the distance multiplier. Basically, if you have it set to 0, you will not be able to see through any of the walls. If you have it set to 1, then you will be able to see past them. Or any lines that are set with opaque, you will still be able to see past them because you have your distance multiplier set to 1, which means you could see beyond them. Now I'm going to go back over to the player screen here. And I'm going to reset this fog of war because we're going to bring out my man, Krillis. What up, dude? What up? All right. Turn them around a bit right here. And we're going to see how these things work on the map. So I'm going to bring them back over here. So first thing that you're going to see is that his vision, which only goes out so far, he can see that, and he can't see past the door, which is right here. He also, if you can click on him, if he walks over here, but look at this, he can see in the window. And that's what it means. If his character walks over here and looks into the window, and you can go over here a little bit more, and now he can see totally into the window and what is inside here. However far his vision goes, he still can't see past the wall over here, so he can keep going down here, and if there's no window, he's not going to see what's on the other side over here. If we go back to the door blocks it. Now, as you can see, the lines of a wall will block not only your vision, but they will also block your movement. So how is he going to get into this door? Well, we're going to zoom in a little bit. And this is for players. So players, when you're on this screen and you see a door, and sometimes it might be good, like in this case, it might be good to leave the line on here because of how it's set. It didn't set right with the door, so you can't really see that's a door. So you have to set that red line and keep it there. So how do we get past it though? So I can see what's over in here. Well, what you do is you press Control and right click, and that, folks, changes to an open door. Okay. Now I'm going to switch back over here to DM, and we're going to go back over here to closed door, and we're going to go back to switch to. Remember, there was nothing in here for a wall. So you walk into it, there's no switch to. But for a closed door, you can switch it to where once you click on it, it becomes an open door, right? Now, if you click on a open door, it looks like it's going to go back to a closed door. So let's go and experiment on that and see if that's the case. Again, right click. Oh, it sure does. It absolutely closes the door, and then I won't be able to move in there. But I do want to move in there. So let me open up that door one more and click on him and move him inside. Now, as you can see, everywhere where the lines are, he can't see. Right? He can't see past the door. He can't see past the wall. He can't see past this wall over here, except when he looked through the window and he saw that this is over here, but it wasn't because of, he still can't, if it was just coming in through the door, he wouldn't have been able to see past this wall. So he can go forward again. You can zoom in, you can right click this, and boom. Now he can see inside the area here. So that is how lines work on a basic level. So this is just basic, how basic lines work. And what you would want to do on a map like this, if you were just going to use a pre-made map like this, is you would want to make lines going on all your exterior, all your interior walls, like this wall here and here, interior walls here, here. And then also you would want to do your windows all in yellow here. So you'd want to make all your lines on there so that your players would be more immersed in the environment. Like I say, my tip is never show the walls unless it's a special circumstance. Just don't show the walls. It doesn't make any sense for you to have walls there for them to see the walls on the map when there's walls here, right? If you can see this, they can see that it's a wall. So that's line editing, the basics of line editing. And you can add as many over here as you want. And let me go ahead and show you that real quick before I let you go. If you want to add a line over there, then you just click over here on the plus sign and with the circle, click new, and not click, but mouse over it. And you can see that you can add a new line, and you can add it, make it a different color to be something different on the map, however you want it to be. Totally up to you. So it's very easy, very simple, and it's quick. And I could probably do this whole map in, I don't know, probably do the whole map in about 5 minutes. It's that quick. And it just depends on how involved your maps are if you're using pre-made maps from someone in your campaign. Now, you can make a map from scratch, but we're going to get into that much later on because that's advanced. That's some advanced stuff, folks. So there it is, your intro to using lines and doing map editing in Skirmish. Hope it helped you. If you have any questions, go ahead, leave them in the comments below. So until next time, happy gaming.